So good evening, ma'am. I am Angel Angales, and we're going to report the paradise description in Islamic literature with Ada Solis. So Jannah, also known as paradise or garden in Islam, it is described in the Quran as an eternal afterlife of peace and bliss, where the faithful and righteous are rewarded. So, for us as a Catholic, ginadescribe na to ang Jannah as, or we call it the Garden of Eden. So, ginadescribe siya as kanang perfect place para sa mga walay sala. Um, ang Garden of Eden man God is dito is wala nay hatred, wala nay kasakit, wala nay sala. So, kumbaga, perfect gid siya nga place para sa mga tao nga kanang deserve nga maputang dito. So the word Jannah comes from an Arabic word that means to cover or hide something. Jannah is the Muslim concept of heaven or paradise where good and faithful Muslims go after Judgment Day. So after Judgment Day sa mga Muslims is they believe nga ang kadtong mga napili nga walay mga sala or kanang nagbuhat og mga good things is ma kuan mabutang sila dito as sa heaven or paradise. So Jannah is a beautiful, peaceful garden where water flows and abundant food and drink are served to the dead and their families. So gina-describe yun nila ang Jannah is beautiful, peaceful garden. So andito ana dito at tanan wala na kay pangitan. All you have to do is magpray ka all throughout the day. Jannah has 8 gates, the names of which are associated with righteous deeds. Jannah has multiple levels in which the dead reside and commune with prophets and angels. So Jannah has 8 gates or doors through which Muslims can enter after the resurrection on Judgment Day, and it has multiple levels which good Muslims reside and commune with angels and prophets. So the 8 gates of Jannah. To enter one of the 8 doors of Jannah in Islam, Muslims are required to perform righteous deeds, be truthful, search for knowledge, fear the most merciful, go to mosque every morning and afternoon, be free of arrogance as well as the spoils of war and death, repeat the call to prayer sincerely and from the heart, build a mosque, be repentant, and raise righteous children. So, di ba, kabantay mo ka ng mga pure Muslim or even basta kay sila, nagsimba sila or nagato sila sa kay Allah is wherever they go, bisan pagdapli na sa karsada or sagbutan pa na basta prayer time nila mohunog gid sila nya mag-prayer magtuwad-tuwad ba na sila, di ba? Mana ilahang way of um pagsamba kay Allah. So Bab as-Salat for those who were punctual in a focus and prayer. Bab al-Jihad for those who died in defense of Islam or Jihad. Bab as-Sadaqah for those who frequently gave to charity. Bab ar-Rayyan for those who observed fasting during and beyond Ramadan. So sa ato is gina-respect be na to sila, even dili ta Muslim pero gina-respect na to ang ilahang Ramadan. So holiday man gani na sa ato, di ba? Mag-fasting na sila, di na sila mukaon, ilahang ginabuhat is mag-prayer jud. So Bab al-Hajj for those who participated in the Hajj, the annual pilgrimage to Mecca, Bab al-Kaizimin, al-Gajawal al-Afina and Ninas, for those who suppress or control their anger and forgave others. Bab al-Iman, for those who had sincere faith and trust in Allah and strive to follow His commands. Bab al-Dhikr, for those who showed zeal in remembering God. So here are the levels of heaven, or the seven levels of heaven. There are many levels of heaven, the number, order, and character of which are much discussed by the tafsir or commentary and hadith scholars. First, Janatul Mawa, a place to take refuge, the abode for the martyred. So this is the first heaven that made of silver, and it is to be said the home of Adam and Eve and angels of each star. Second, Darul Maqam, the essential place, the safe place where weariness does not exist. It is made of gold and the home of John the Baptist and Jesus. Third, Darul Salam, the home of peace and safety where speech is free of all negative and evil talk, open to those whom Allah wills to a straight path. It is made of pearls and dazzling stones. It is said Joseph and Azrael are resident there. Darul Khuld, the eternal everlasting home, which is open to those who ward off evil. Made of silver, Aaron and the avenging angel hold court over this heaven. Sixth, Jannatul Naim, where one can live a prosperous and peaceful life, living in wealth, welfare, and blessings. So, it is made of garnets and rubies. Moses can be found here. Jannat al-Kasif, the Garden of Revealer. 8. Jannat al-Firdaus, a place of vastness, a trellised garden with grapevines and other fruits and vegetables, open to those who have believed and done righteous deeds. It is the highest and last, composed of a divine light incomprehensible to to mortal man. Abraham is a resident of the seventh heaven. So that would be all my report, and Ada will be continue the the report. So here are my sources.
My topic is the continuation of the report of Miss Golez. The title is Paradise Description. Hell is described as a place of the fire and torment. Jahannam is a place of scorching fire pits and boiling water, a place of physical and spiritual suffering. Vivid descriptions of hell are used in the Quran as a way to stop Muslims from participating in sin. So unlike in Jahannam is a we all know that Jahannam is a place of pain, the place of physical and spiritual suffering. But they have also Jannah. The Jannah is a peaceful, lovely place where the injury and fatigue are not present, and Muslims are never asked to leave. The Muslims also in paradise is wearing golds, pearls, diamonds, and garments that made of the finest silk, and they recline on raised thrones. In Jannah also there is no pain, unlike in Jahannam. Muslims believe that they will be sent to hell if they reject the teachings of the Quran or take no responsibility for their actions. Either of these would mean that they had failed Allah's test. So we all know that all Muslims are following the rules of Jannah because they all not want to go in hell. That's why they follow the test of Allah, like perform righteous deeds, be truthful, search of knowledge, fear the most merciful, go to mosque every morning and afternoon, and be arrogant as well as the spoils of war and debt. Repeat the call to prayer sincerely and from the heart. Build a mosque, be repentant, and raise righteous children. And some Muslims believe that even the souls in hell can eventually be sent to paradise. Not all, but some Muslims believe that the souls in hell can eventually be sent to paradise. It's because even they are in hell, Allah give a test and challenge. That's why if they pass Allah's test, they can eventually sent into paradise. These beliefs gives Muslims the motivation to follow the teaching in the Quran. They also give hope to those who suffer that there is something better to come in the future. That's why we all Muslims that's why all Muslims is very responsible, especially in their tradition, because they want to follow the teaching in the Quran. We all know that some Muslims are very sacrificing, especially when they celebrate the season of fasting. They sacrifice their unwanted to be because they all know that all sacrifices in lives, Allah's was give them hope. So that's only the continuation of the report of Miss Goles. The title is Paradise Description. Thank you and God bless.